Hi everybody, it's Peter Ratcliffe here, hosting the Sphere IT podcast. We're basically at the Insurtech Insights events in London, March 2024. We've had some great meetings so far. We've been meeting some wonderful technology people, wonderful business people, just to understand what's going on in the insurance market and gather some insight to share with everybody. And today I have a very important guest coming from a company called Neodigital, which is one of the emerging brands in the insurance market. So over to you. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself and your background?
Yeah, sure. So first of all, thanks for having me here. My name is Voss. I'm CEO and founder of Neodigital Insurance. We are a Germany-based personal lines insurance company, and we are now in the market for 7 years. And our specialty is basically everything around digital structures, processes, operations, from the very start until now.
Brilliant. So where did this idea come from? Why did digital matter to you when you thought about this business and brought it to life?
Okay, how much time do you have?
We've got a few minutes.
Okay, a few minutes. Well, me and my partner who's founded with me the company, we worked for a big insurance group before.
Sure.
One of the big European players, and well, you obviously see the shortcomings when things are non-digital.
Sure.
And especially in broker and customer conversation and communication. And also the processing of the products and the backbone. And, you know, at some point we were fed up with the missing speed with the big companies. So we said, okay, if we can't do it digital here, we just do it ourselves.
Sure. So what was the pathway to bringing that business to life? So you bootstrapped the company, started out getting some flow, and then creating small parts of the business?
Unfortunately, if you want to become a licensed insurer, it's not that easy. I mean, becoming a broker is quite easy, but becoming a licensed insurer, you have all the regulations around it. So the first and challenging part is there were two guys with a PowerPoint looking for money.
Right, okay, understood.
Okay, you see. And okay, we came from the industry. I was a C-level manager before in the industry, but still at that point I was just Steven with my friend Dirk.
Yeah.
With a PowerPoint, was really shabby PowerPoint. And we're like, we have this great idea. We'll make it digital from A to C, not from B to E. And that was the toughest time because it took the whole year 2016 to just find the money.
Sure.
Because the challenge is being regulated, you need the full money to survive your first years up front. It's not that you invest 100,000 and you do the next step, because that's what usually has been done with a milestone plan with VCs. No, you have to have the money up front. We're talking millions up front.
Sure, we do. I mean, also return on investment based on the insurance life cycle in personal lines. You know, the first couple of years, you might not make any money until they renew.
You don't.
So you're hedging your bets a little bit and thinking about the risks, which is incredible. And it's such a great story and refreshing. So move forward to today. What's the magic you've got going within your business that excites you? You know, what's the thing that's saying we are different and we're doing it better than everybody else?
Well, let me first start with the industry we are in. At least in our market, and this is across Europe, we have hundreds of old school insurers with sitting of lots of premium, lots of customers, but they're no longer serving those customers right. The communication is awful. Claims processing is very slow. All that happens. Since we are fully digital from the beginning, our biggest asset is speed. Speed in processing, speed in time to market, speed in adapting products on agile platforms. So if you have your product, for instance, on an aggregator platform, like you have in the UK, like we have in Germany, prices changed within seconds.
Sure.
So, and if you are like old school insurance, you can change your product every half a year. But you're out of market by the time. And this is our biggest asset, that we are so fast. And this is the only thing that keeps us alive in the market. We always have to be ahead of the market, because in terms of customers, in terms of revenue, in terms of wealth, they will outmaneuver us. They're much bigger.
So you come from this legacy business with you had a fascinating kind of background experience there. We've taken that mindset of I think it can be done better.
Yes.
And I think it can be done faster. You started your own business. You're challenging the status quo, and you're thinking right now that your business will grow how fast over the next few years in terms of premiums?
Oh, we're aiming to double premium now every year.
Every year.
Yeah, we came out of last year with about 25 million euro premium. We're already at over 50 million euro premium.
Wow.
We're looking to increase that, because now that we also have all the relevant products for private households, including car insurance.
Sure.
And car insurance in Europe still is one of the it pulls people into you. And so we see that we are really up on the horizon, being, getting bigger. And also what we do is we not only do this for ourselves, we also offer our products white label.
Right.
Old school insurers that might want to have a posh new digital product, but are not able, either from the technology point of view or for the maintenance point of view, for having personnel to have such a new product. And we do have several partnerships in the market where we supply not only the technology but also the whole flow around it.
Right, and that includes the claims.
That includes claims. That includes everything.
Okay, wow, that's awesome. So, is your business quite a lean business compared to a traditional insurer in terms of headcount and in terms, because automation's everywhere? Or do you think there's going to be robots running the business anytime soon? Or?
Yeah, no, that's funny that you asked, because I just had the conversation, because I've been asked now with 500,000 clients and you're dealing with all these and these companies, how many people in claims do you have? 7.
Wow.
And so it's automation is key, but automation is obviously not everything. Why do we still need the 7 people? Because the 7 people are experienced claims managers that then take those items that have been thrown out from AI, saying there's something not quite well, maybe not quite clear, information is missing, it looks dodgy. And this is why we need the 7 people, because the majority of it can be done via the machine. Either it can be rule-based AI, some parts are also with generative AI, so we have a kind of augmented model where it all adds up. And this is what I'd like to emphasize, is using technology is not getting rid of people. It's making more use of what they have of sitting on their body, their brain.
Sure.
And this is why we want to encourage also other companies. Is like, don't think about robotics will shed off all your employees. No, it won't. It just makes them more valuable.
Yeah. And within claims as well, there's like a subjective nature and knowledge that exists in a claims expert that you can't replace.
No, if you have somebody who's 10 or 15 years in claims, he'll smell it.
Yeah.
Or see, why are there going so many payments out to this single person in this area? It's weird. And it's these things that, for sure, AI is going to be better and better and better. But also these things are getting more sophisticated. And there's one thing I just like to make everybody aware of. We can use AI to detect fraud, but there are people out there that produce fraud based on AI.
Sure. The world is changing. So I don't like the war synonyms, but it's a kind of we are in a constant kind of war. So if they get better, we need to get better. Once we have included AI to identify fraud pictures, fraud payments, they will introduce something else, and that's ongoing. Sure. Yeah, it's a fascinating world, and it's changing every day. Just the other day, the EU talked about the AI regulator that's coming out, and that's going to be pretty profound for a lot of people. We're experimenting with Gen AI, and personally, I think there might put a stop to some of the work that's going on, but there'll be other areas where people will just continue to do so.
And we have more EU regulation just coming up. You might have heard of CEDA.
Yeah.
That's a huge thing for the market, because then consumers will share their financial data with partner companies, with insurers, with platforms. It's going to be regulated, which is good, but regulation also makes it complex.
Sure. Makes it harder for us to get the benefits out of that open source sort of thinking. But brilliant. Look, thank you ever so much for joining me. It's been a pleasure.
It was my pleasure.
I'd love to get you on the podcast official, do a longer episode about your story, because I think it's fascinating.
No, sure.
And, many congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me.
Cheers.
Thanks. Cheers. Bye.